LeBron James yesterday in a loss at home to Oklahoma City at the end of his career that is flailing as he makes googly eyes on social media to Kyrie Irving news that he might be available, and then gets hurt by Kyrie not being available, and then does the interview with Michael Wilbon in which he says, I'm the best player ever, a couple of days after MJ Day on ESPN. I feel I'm the greatest to ever play. I believe he is. Stugotz doesn't believe he is. LeBron James, during our lifetime, has been chasing only the ghost of, can you be the best ever? Not any of his peers, not Kevin Durant, not anybody who plays now. Can you be the best ever? And has gotten a great deal of mockery because some people believe he's not. I am not one of them. He's the best basketball player I have ever seen. His statistics show it. He's not a compiler. I can't believe that he's close to damn 40 and he's doing what he's saying to Wilbon, which is, I'm running with 21-year-olds, with 23-year-olds. I'm faster and stronger. He's bumping up against Aaron Murray, and you can hear him mic'd up for sound saying, no, against other power forwards you might be strong, but you're not the only power forward. You're not the only motherfucker, actually, is what he said, who lifts in this league. And wait a minute.
Wow,
wait a minute.
We got the Sandman.
So fast, man.
He did it in 5 minutes. That's an incredible job.
Wow, good job, Sandman.
Incredible stuff. You want me to give? All right,
not
now
right.
you want him to give takes, right?
No, but this
I'll get a microphone out to him.
Yeah, that's perfect. What are you
Wow,
talking
the
about?
Sandman did it. He really is a Sandman.
Beautiful day out there on the beach, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Picturesque.
Yeah.
Nobody there. That's weird.
This is so much better as a video joke than it is as an audio joke. Unfortunately,
His hand has come out of the sand.
he is. I can't believe that Meadowlark Media in 2 years hasn't been able to get a better and do more with that green screen.
What green screen, Dan? What do you mean? What do you mean by
What are you
that?
talking about?
Okay. And now Mike Ryan, who warned me that you can't lose Chris Cody from this show, has to go outside to give him a microphone because he's clearly in the beach sand. Chris Cody, or excuse me, Sandman, your thoughts on LeBron James breaking the scoring record last night that belonged to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It's not plugged in yet, Sandman.
Okay.
We got to get a longer outlet out there.
His microphone doesn't work because he is clearly buried deep in the bowels of Miami Beach sand.
All right, we got the wire out there. Go ahead, Sandman.
There are 17 people connecting It's like there's like, you know, like how there's like extension cords? There's 42 cords connecting me to the studio right now.
Chris Cody, let me explain something to you that keeps me up at night. It keeps me up at night. Our solution to everything around here is to hire more and more people, and things go like this, where you go out there with a microphone, and there are 42 people to help you, none of them doing it well.
It's really hot out here, though. It's a little bright. What'd you ask me about basketball?
I asked you about your thoughts, the Sandman's nationally clipped thoughts on LeBron James breaking the scoring record.
All right, it's windy. I think LeBron is an all-time scorer. I heard First Take the other day do a thing. Is he an all-time scorer? Not only is he the all-time leading scorer in total points, but I believe he's like third all-time in points per game. So we're talking like it's not even he's a per game all-time great and an all-time points all-time great. The Sandman signing off.
Signing off.
Wow,
Holy shit, man.
Once he stopped
I need
talking.
some sunglasses.
We got the windy sound. We got the ambient beach sound once he was done speaking.
Oh, my God. Anybody got any sunscreen?
You know, the sun rises in the east.
Yeah.
Why would you guys? We have a beach. We're going to leave these studios soon and not have that beach anymore. I don't believe
It'll still be there.
at any time in the last 10 years our show has correctly used the outdoors that we have out here. Why wouldn't Chris Cody just go to the sand, bury himself, and do this for real?
Dan, I'm in the sand.
Your take on LeBron James, your first thing is, I heard First Take talking about this, a historic sports moment last night, excellence that doesn't have precedent.
Yeah, and they're debating whether he's an all-time great scorer. But every kind of metric you can look at scoring, he's an all-time great. It was just a ridiculous thing, and that's what I thought of. I thought of First Take debating whether he's an all-time scorer. He's like, it's stupid.
I get what they're coming from, though, and I want to push back on the Sandman. Like, is he a great scorer? I think of scorers like AI. I think of Carmelo.
He's
I think
fourth
of
all-time in
Jamal
points
Crawford.
per game.
I think of Michael Beasley. I think of guys that are scorers. He's just the all-around GOAT.
He averages more points per game than every guy you just said.
I don't know about that.
You think of Michael Beasley as a better scorer?
Tony's argument was, I don't know about that. Again, the very frustrating
Undefeated.
Cuban argument. It is an undefeated argument. My father's been making it all his life, except that Google defeats it every time and facts defeat it, but not in 2023. I don't know about that as an argument ender. I do want to, though, Mike Ryan, you who has grown up in South Florida, please turn off that beach sand. The value of the commentary was not good enough for what it is that we're doing around here. It was a historic moment. And I would say to you, even though we are hardened about history, we're cruel, we love to mock, it's fun to mock. In the internet age, the internet has at least become popular because we can share in just making fun of people, clowning people, laughing at people. But it's harder to be undisputed consensus excellent in that environment. Mike, this person is responsible, along with Dwayne Wade, in South Florida for taking a generation of kids about Tony's age, honestly, and making them care deeply about basketball because this unbelievably shiny thing in Miami with this dude in his prime who would learn here, wait a minute, I can do it without these pieces and people. I can do it on my own. I'll create my own business, and I'll go back to Cleveland, and I'll go to L.A., and I'll figure out what the end of my career looks like. Approaching 40, this dude is still at the top of the league in scoring average. He's still bigger and stronger and faster than most of the people that he's playing against. Like, it's not just that he's an all-time great, it's that he's still an all-time great.
Yeah, he's still awesome. He's still an awesome basketball player. And maybe people Tony's age have some memory of Michael Jordan, maybe in a Wizards uniform, and he wasn't what LeBron is right now. Thankfully, I'm old enough to remember prime Jordan.
He was washed at this age. Jordan was washed. It was all fadeaway jumpers at this age.
Yeah, I'm glad that I remember prime Jordan, and I watched LeBron his entire career. I still couldn't tell you who I think is best. They were both awesome at their primes. I will readily admit, though, LeBron's prime has been far longer, and he's playing a style still that it just doesn't compute with where his age is. And I was very happy for LeBron. I thought for sure we'd never see Kareem's record broken. And I went to bed a little early, but I was having trouble sleeping at night, and I saw that LeBron was going for it, that he was going to get it that game. I rolled out of bed, I turned the TV on, and I want to witness history. Yeah, I did.
Congrats for you, man. I was out.
Yeah, I was restless, and I checked Twitter, and I saw, it's going to happen. It's going to happen today. I might as well. And I watched it. LeBron's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. I hate that he left the Miami Heat, but when he was here, favorite basketball player. He's incredible. And I'm happy that the Miami Heat I think the Miami Heat arguably got his best years, and that's a really cool thing for me as a Heat fan, that one of the game's greatest two players to ever play the game will hopefully one day have his jersey retired, right up there next to Michael Jordan's, oddly enough. And Dan Marino's. I think the Marino thing is down.
What?
Did they?
Well, Bam Adebayo's number is 13, so that's not
Yeah, but it's
officially
not
retired.
aqua and orange.
Yeah, but I was really happy for LeBron, and I was really happy that we got to witness really what felt like an unbreakable record in sports. I never thought anyone would come near that growing up, but a couple of years ago, it became pretty evident that LeBron was going to be awesome still for quite some time and make his way over there. And it's just been biding time, basically, until this day would come. It happened in a loss at home to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Really the only thing that's been unprecedented about LeBron's career, because he's been doing it for so long at such a high level, is that it's coming at home in a loss to a team that's not very good. And his team right now is presently not very good. And I think that's where the dilution of LeBron James's greatness is, because a few years ago, it literally did not matter who was around him. He was going to be there in the end. He just so happened to have much better teammates now, and that has a lot to do with it. And he's not good enough to get you into the playoffs just by himself anymore, despite being great. And I don't know how to quantify that. I don't know if it's a defensive end, but it used to be enough to just have LeBron James, and it's not anymore, despite his greatness still.
40,000 seems pretty attainable, don't you think?
It seems like he's going to keep playing for a couple more years. He hasn't really said that he's going to be wrapping it up this season or next season. He's beyond an age historically where people start really declining and start considering retirement. He's not there yet. Right now, it seems like he'll decide to retire when he's just bored of it.
They were talking about ESPN. They were projecting to the future. They said by 2024-25 season, he'll have 43,000 points. And, like, I don't think he's going to slow down the next, 2-3 years? Like, isn't the plan to play with Bronny or at least see Bronny in the NBA?
That's what he said.
It would only be injury. I mean, he's one of the top 5 scorers in the league by average.
Dan, he's never been injured. Think about that.
He could take. Well, that's one of the many unbelievable things.
That's got to happen at around 40, right?
That
happens to everybody.
It just happened to me.
It hasn't happened. Oh, you're not LeBron James again. I don't know.
Okay, but I
how
play
many times I have
basketball.
to-
I'm saying just even if you go out and play basketball, Mike, you're going to twist an ankle. Like he just never does.
He is. I mean, there are a number of things that are amazing about him. His strength would be one of them. The durability on the way that he plays. Like he should get hurt more often just because he's still playing like that.
I imagine he's got plenty of twisted ankles. Just the fact that he can play through these things and still be as great.
But Jordan was inefficient and taking jumpers at the end. LeBron can do that. He'll take threes, maybe poorly at 30% as he ages, but he'll be able in the modern NBA to run up and down for several more years if he wants, shooting the ball. But in all of his milestones recently, they lose by double digits to bad teams. Like all the milestones are weird because they're trailing last night and then they have to stop the game to celebrate the milestone, but they're losing, not only losing, but losing by a lot every time.